Can you explain exactly why you wanted this fight? A lot of people seem to think that it's a mismatch of sorts.
It is a mismatch. I'm gonna whoop his ass, I'm gonna collect the checks, and then I'm gone.
In reality, Cummins versus Cormier. He was a 4-0 fighter going up against a 12-0 monster who was about to go on a run of form that would lead him all the way to a title shot.
Fighting, I tell him fighting Anderson Silva, and they go,
Are you afraid to fight this guy?
I'm not afraid of fighting anyone, no. There's almost a little freedom in fighting the best guy, you know? You can't do any worse than people have done.
They wanted a big, slow guy to follow Anderson around and make him look real good. And they're like, Forrest is a big, slow guy. He takes a beating well. I'll get him to do it. He's stupid. I'll do all right. I don't worry about it.
Not only Anderson versus Megan Anderson. When you have a champion as dominant as Amanda Nunes, finding suitable challengers can be quite tough. But even by the low standards of some of the women's bantamweight and featherweight title fights in recent years, Megan Anderson's total inability to do anything but cave under the pressure was kind of shocking.
Your fight against Anderson Silva, you hated it?
I don't remember. What happened? Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Well, he hit you and then you fell over.
When he knocked out Forrest, it was like Forrest didn't have a chance in the world of hitting him.
I tried to punch him, but he literally moved his head out of the way and looked at me like I was stupid for doing it.
Mickey Gall.
A remarkable talent, a fighter with amazing striking and high-level skills from top position. But it took her just 2 minutes to totally ignore all of Anderson's possible striking advantages and score the easy submission. So, if anyone thought that the idea of a very tall and lanky challenger to the Lioness would make for an interesting contest, they were proven wrong.
Versus Chen Sung Jung.
God.
I bet Max gonna be a heavy favorite in that fight.
I thought Volk broke the Korean Zombie last time. It just looked bad at the end.
I have a strong suspicion that Max Holloway is going to absolutely embarrass and destroy the Korean Zombie.
This is madness. This is not a regular matchup. He is done. He's washed. He no longer has his chin.
Sure, it was a big...
Max Holloway versus Young, Chon Sung-young. This is a classic example of how not to book a soon-to-be-retired legend. After receiving a one-sided beating against the featherweight champion, Alexander Volkanovski, the Korean Zombie did not need to be sent into retirement by the number 2 of the division, Max Holloway. Sure, it was a big fight for him, and he did reasonably well on fight night. But Max is not a power puncher, and the fact that he left Young with a concussive blow tells you everything you need to know about where Zombie's durability was at. A great walkout, and a fun fight, but did we really need to see this exact pairing? I don't think so. It didn't go the way he wanted or the way his fans wanted, but I've got nothing but love for the Korean Zombie, 100% as always. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to let us know by leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.
How much do you really know about the sport?
I don't know nothing about the sport. Just tune in August 28th. Y'all find out how much I know about the sport. I'm gonna knock him out. That's what I do. I'm a banger. If he shoot at me, I'm gonna step back. He don't get lost with uppercut or left hook. If I hit anybody on the chin, they didn't pay the electric bill and their lights is going out. I'll be ready for any and everything when the time comes.
And on
In reality, Cummins versus Cormier. He was a 4-0 fighter going up against a 12-0 monster who was about to go on a run of form that would lead him all the way to
Punk, welcome to the UFC.
When it's all said and done, when I'm finished, everybody's going to have to respect me because I have come here to fight.
Everyone's going to say you're a fake wrestler guy. You don't know how to fight. What are you doing? You're 0-0. You don't deserve to be in that octagon. What's your response?
If that's your opinion, that's awesome. It's my job to change your mind.
And sure, while the UFC are always going to throw all merit out the window if there's money on the table, it's hard to follow their logic in setting him up for a fight with a legitimate fighter in Mickey Gall.
He has got a tough one in Mickey Gall. That kid looked phenomenal in his UFC debut, and it is going to be an uphill battle for CM Punk.
You know, I'm excited to fight a superstar, man. I'm going to beat up a superstar.
You're going to make your UFC debut this weekend in Cleveland against Mickey Gall. How are you feeling now that the fight is nearly here?
I feel excited. I'm excited to beat this kid up.
You know, I'm going to force my game. We're going to fight my fight. Whatever he goes, I'm going to take, and, I'm going to find a way to get him out of there.
This isn't the WWE anymore. Are you concerned about his jiu-jitsu experience being more than yours, CM?
No.
How is Mickey Gall going to beat CM Punk?
It'll be a first-round finish.
Surely.
Patrick Cummins, to his credit, did his part in selling the fight, but when the time came to produce, this bout was exactly as one-sided as it looked on paper. Cormier took just over a minute to assert himself in the contest, finishing his opponent with total ease and making us all wonder what the match.
Can you explain exactly why you wanted this fight? A lot of people seem to think that it's a mismatch of sorts.
It is a mismatch. I'm gonna whoop his ass. I'm gonna collect the checks, and then I'm gone.
My thoughts on Dennis Siever is he's a midget German steroid head.
I won't look past Dennis. I will look through him exactly where I plan on going.
He doesn't deserve the opportunity. He got lucky. It's over for him now. This is it. His career is done.
I will use my movement to freeze him, and then I will take his head clean off.
And a Nunes. Nunes versus Anderson. Versus Megan Anderson. When you have a champion as dominant as Amanda Nunes, finding suitable challengers can be quite tough. But even by the low standards of some of the women's bantamweight and featherweight title fights in recent years, Megan Anderson's total inability to do anything but cave under the pressure was kind of
What is it about
shocking.
him that made you want to fight him?
Just an interesting, very complex style. Guy's had a lot of trouble with him. He's very, very good at what he does.
He's got this elusive, incredible style. Nobody can figure him out. He's explosive, got knockout power.
It's frustrating at times, breaking it down, kind of trying to understand where he's coming from, where he throws, and where he likes to be, and how he moves, and how he does the things that he does. He's still that kind of that enigma and an interesting style, and it's been interesting to try and figure it out. It's been frustrating at times.
Nunes is a remarkable talent, a fighter with amazing striking and high-level skills from top position. But it took her just 2 minutes to totally ignore all of Anderson's possible striking advantages and score the easy submission. So, if anyone thought that the idea of a very tall and lanky challenger to the Lioness would make for an interesting contest, they were proven
Still
wrong.
a lose-lose situation, lad. When I win, everyone's just gonna be like, oh, he beat a washed-up Tony Ferguson, he's already finished, blah, blah, this and that.
What does it feel like to have all these people saying that you are washed up?
They must be new around here. This mother is going to be falling apart right in front of me.
When people see this matchup on paper, right, they kind of have some presumptions. They sort of think, oh, the UFC trying to build Paddy off the name of Tony Ferguson.
Obviously, he's got a winning record. I got a losing record right now with that. But overall, I have a lot more fights and experience, and I'm going to cut this kid, man.
You had a hard road the last couple years. Like, what are we going to see in the octagon with you and Paddy Pimblett?
I'm going to hurt this kid.
He's lost his athleticism, his speed. I'm better striking, better jiu-jitsu, better wrestling. I'm gonna dominate him come tomorrow night.
And when this
Holloway versus Young. Chan Sung Young. This is a classic example of how not to book a soon-to-be-retired legend. After receiving a one-sided beating against the featherweight champion, Alexander Volkanovski, the Korean Zombie did not need to be sent into retirement by the number 2 of the division.
What do you do with Tony Ferguson moving forward? Because obviously he took a lot of damage in that first round, but then he tried to fight back, and I think that's, 7 losses in a row now.
I would love to see Tony retire. Tony tonight looked like he should retire.
Sure, it was a big fight for him, and he did reasonably well on fight night. But Max is not a power puncher, and the fact that he left Young with a concussive blow tells you everything you need to know about where Zombie's durability was at. A great walkout and a fun fight, but did we really need to see this exact pairing? I don't think so. It didn't go the way he wanted or the way his fans wanted, but I've got nothing but love for the Korean Zombie, 100% as always.
That's 13 losses. If he was meant to be great, he would be great already.
I understand the invincibility factor that John brings to the table. I understand that other people see him as unbeatable, and I just don't see it like that. You believe that you possess something different that he hasn't seen before. I think that I have the answer. I really do, or I wouldn't be here.
A lot of people are not giving you a chance. Why should people give you a chance, do you think?
I've been an underdog my whole life. He's just like everyone else. I'm going to come across the cage, and I'm going to swing hammers until the last second ticks out the clock or until he's unconscious. I'm going to finish John Jones one way or the other.
I'm not going to lose. John Jones is not going to beat me. I don't care what he does. I don't care how good he is. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the odds makers say. John Jones will not beat me on March 2nd.
And I don't know what happened. For whatever reason, I just didn't pull the trigger. It's never happened to me.
I wanted to finish the fight, honestly. That was the goal. You know, it was pretty one-sided, so I'm grateful for that.
I'm going to get roasted online for this, but he's not that good.
That's an interesting quote. Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Rashad Evans is injured, and we thought the fight would be canceled.
Yeah, I actually did cancel the fight. And I hear about this kid, Cummins, and claims that when he would train with Cormier, he would make Cormier cry.
I know all Daniel's weaknesses. I know that I can push him and he will break.
You need to be careful what you're saying, but things that happen in that wrestling room stay in the wrestling room. So not only have you crossed the line, you've completely put yourself in my crosshairs.
I feel like we've gotten really close in this past week, so I'm not gonna call you Daniel, I'm gonna call you Dan. You okay with that?
I'm gonna beat you up on Saturday. Are you okay with that?
I'd love for you to come try.
But in reality,
You've seen those astronomical betting odds. The reason why the odds are so large, obviously, because of everything that Amanda accomplished. 2-division champion, recognized as the GOAT. How do you deal with that ahead of this fight?
Honestly, I don't pay too much attention to it. I feel like a lot of people have a tendency to fight the name and not the person. They fight the accolade. Those accolades don't come with her. You just have to tune it out.
I feel like everything she had, I know, and I will capitalize and finish the fight.
I think I'm one of the best featherweights in the world. I matched up really well with her, and I think I give her a lot of problems that she's never seen before.
I feel like she's now ready to be a champion.
She doesn't do anything flashy. I just hope she doesn't underestimate me, because what you've seen and what I'm capable of are very different.
Look,